Hello there students, welcome back to our class. This is Sir Kelbong once again, and this is a speech class, and today we're going to talk about, of course, stress and intonation. So I'm pretty sure that some of you, or maybe many of you, have a difficulty speaking in English, right? Maybe because you lack that knowledge of how to pronounce words properly. But don't you know that in pronunciation it's really important that you know how to stress the words? And of course, it's really important to know the intonation as well. First and foremost, let's try to define these two things. If we say stress, this is actually your way of emphasizing the words, part actually of the words. Basically, we have the syllables, right? So some of the syllables in the word are actually pronounced distinctly. So they're given stress, okay? And the intonation is basically the highness and the lowness, the volume, the pitch, and everything about pronouncing words. So that depends also of the intention that we put on a certain situation, on a certain sentence. Alright? So like I said a while back, stress is actually a relative emphasis given to a certain syllable in a word or certain words in a phrase or sentence. So that is your stress. So in English language, it is known that stressed syllables are louder than the non-stressed syllables. Don't you know that? Now you know. So also they are longer and have a higher pitch. Okay? So since English is a stress-timed language, that means that stressed syllables appear at a roughly steady tempo. So whereas the non-stressed syllables are shortened. And with this, I will be providing you some examples. So let's start with the first one. Some of the words for the stressed syllables are your longer and with a higher pitch. So we have the word leave, beat, meet for your M-E-E-T or M-E-A-T. Then we also have the word keep, and of course the word dear for the spelling D-E-A-R and then D-E-A-R or D-E-E-R. Alright. For the non-stressed syllables of these words are actually, we have live, bit, met, kept, and there. So these are actually, if you try to look into the IPA or the International Phonetic Alphabet, for the first one, the longer and the higher pitch actually uses the longer E sound. Okay, the longer E sound, and then the one with the short and less pitch is actually your short E sound. Okay, so let's try to read together simultaneously. You follow after me. Live, beat, bit, meet, met, keep, kept, dear, there. Now it's your turn. Try reading it again. That's wonderful. Very good. Now let's move on to the next part. So due to the developments of language, some words have become either nouns or verbs, but that depends on the stress. Only one kind of word, only one word basically, but has two stresses or are stressed differently. So when you use the first syllable stress, that is basically a noun form. But if you use the second syllable stress, that is considered a verb. Let's take for example the word present, okay, present, or present. So we have the noun form present, that is actually a gift. And then we have the word present, that is actually your verb form. Now, if you notice the verb form, because of the S sound, it is pronounced basically as the Z sound, so it becomes present. Okay, let's take some other examples in this kind of pattern. We have the word for the nouns, record, permit, address, export, transport, recall. One more time, let's do it again. Follow after me. Present, record, permit, address, export, transport, recall. Very good. Now let's move on to the second syllable stress used as a verb. Present, record, permit, address, export, transport, recall. You do it again one more time, this time for the first syllable stress as a noun. Wonderful. You did a great job. Now let's move on to the second syllable stress as a verb. Wonderful. I think you did a great job for this round. Let's move on. Let's try to read them simultaneously. Present, present, record, record, permit, permit, address, address, export, export, transport, transport, recall, recall. Now it's your turn. Wonderful. You did a great job. Wow. Amazing. Now let's move on to the intonation. I know for some of you, maybe this is the reason why it is really difficult for you to, like I said a while back, pronounce words because of intonation. The entire variation of pitch is what you call your intonation. The entire variation, the changing of the pitch, the volume, and the sound, basically that falls under intonation. A very obvious difference in intonation can be observed when looking at statements and questions, right? So we have the rising and falling intonation. If in a question we have the yes or no question, definitely that is a rising intonation. Let's say, for example, are you done? But when you are asked your interrogative questions, like your WH questions, that is basically a falling intonation. We say, how are you? Are you done? How are you doing? Are you okay? Those kinds of stuff. For the intonation, we have the rising and falling intonation. Now always remember that in intonation, inflection is very important. In one statement, there is a word that you would like to emphasize. That is what you call inflection. Okay, stressing of words in a sentence. And mind you, students, that when you inflect one word in a sentence, that could mean a different way, different from when you inflect another word in a sentence. Let's take, for example, the sentence, I can reach my dream. Now, if you try to read this sentence, you try to change the pitch, or you try to change the stress every word, and every word has a different meaning in this sentence. For example, I can reach my dream. That means it's only you, not anybody else. It's only you who can do it. Then we have the sentence, I can reach my dream. That means you believe it's possible to reach your dream. Then we have there, I can reach my dream. You have the strength to reach your dream because you can do it. Then we have, I can reach my dream. It's not anybody else's dream, it's your dream. And lastly, I can reach my dream. It's not anything else, it's a dream that you want to reach. You see how important inflection is. So in intonation, always remember it's not just about the rising and falling intonation. It also involves, of course, the emphasis of words in a sentence. Always remember it. Now, in order to practice your stress, the intonation and inflection of your sentences or words, we will have a simple drill. So all you need to do is to prepare, of course, your rubber band, anything that is something or anything that can be stretched. Okay, something stretchable, we have a rubber band. So you can make use of at least 2 rubber bands in this case. All right. Or we can also have a ponytail like this one, that's something that is flexible or something that can be stretched like this. So all you need to do, you can choose any of these 2 objects, and we will start with our drill. Okay, so all you need to do is to create an, how do you call this one? This is what you call a looping figure. Okay, a looping figure. So you have to attach it with your thumb. And then probably it's better if you have a bigger or maybe just 1 finger like this one. 2 fingers, we have the thumb and then your forefinger. Okay, so if you want, you can also have the 2 in this case. It's no problem. So this time, all you need to do is to stretch and hold it with your thumbs and then your forefinger every time that you want to stress a word by changing the pitch. If you say the pitch, that is the highness and the lowness of a certain syllable, right? So pull on the rubber band, pull on the rubber band like this. I'll be using my right hand because I'm a right-handed person. Okay, so let's try to do it. So we have here an exercise. there are some changes or exercise for the pitch. We have your letter A, da, da, da. Can you do it again? You try to use your rubber band now. Da, da, da. Okay. The next one is da, da, da. Okay, da, da, da. Then we have da, 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 da. Then, of course, we have da, 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 da. Let's try to do it again. Da, 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 da. Let's try to change it into the word la. La, 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 la. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next one. We will change it with the me. Okay, that's a long sound. Me. Stretch it. Okay, me, 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 me. Wonderful. And the last one, letter D. Let's change it into ho. Everybody, you say ho. Wonderful. Ho, 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 ho. Let's try to do it. Let's try to use this ponytail. Okay, you can see it, right? It's a looping shape. And I would like to use my 2 fingers this time. Okay, da. Oh, it's really hard. 2 thumbs. Okay, da, da, da. Okay, da, 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 da. One more time. La, 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 la. Next one. Me, 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 me. And the ho. Ho, 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 ho. Wonderful. Now it's your turn. Come on, you can do it. So that's it, students, and I hope that it was, or I was able to help you with your stress and intonation practice. You just have to practice this one and accomplish the tasks that you have on your modules or your lesson package. There is an exercise at the end of this lesson or your module regarding the American intonation or American accent training or the speech accent training. So all you need to do, that is basically a very special activity. All you need to do is to record yourself. Like this one, we are having the video recording. You can video record your situation or your practice. And then let's see if you can be able to apply all the drills, all the things that we have learned from this module or the lesson package. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I was able to help you. Have a great day and stay safe, all of you, and I'll see you in our Zoom class. Bye-bye! This is Maestro Kelbong.